Hi, nice to be with you. Hope you're doing fine. I just thought I would take a moment to express some late life thoughts now that I'm in the twilight of my years, 70, going on 71 in August. And lovely. It's a great life. But, and here comes the but, we have all been assholes at one time in our life or another. Everyone has been an asshole in some kind of way, regardless of what you do. You've done something that somebody's going to point a finger at you and they're going to say you're an asshole. Here are some things I've come up with that will explain what makes a person an asshole. Many people like to believe that they're a good judge of character, but that's not always the case. And really, there's nothing worse than finding out that someone you thought you could trust is apparently nothing like what you believed that they were, and that they turned out to be an asshole. However, you can't fault yourself for not knowing that that person was an asshole, because these people are just skilled in deception and manipulation. They're parasites. They'll take advantage of you to get what they want, but they don't give a shit about you or your needs. These are people that are selfish, they're inconsiderate, they don't have any qualms about hurting other people. And there's a shitload of them out there pretending to be and act like regular people, and they're just assholes. They're in schools, they're in the workplace, they're in the churches and synagogues and Muslims. They're everywhere. They could be among your friends or your colleagues. So how do you know if someone you're dealing with is an asshole, somebody that has bad intentions, whether they have them or not? Well, here are some things that will indicate to you that these are people that you need to stay away from. You got to have that sixth sense. These are people that are passive aggressive. You can be insulted by somebody who's passive aggressive, and at times it can be really tricky to figure out what they're actually doing. They like to insult their friends, and they probably hurl them at you before you can even figure out what the hell they've said. Their remarks aren't always addressed to you, but sooner or later you're going to realize that they're aimed at you. Despite their words being evasive, they'll still have an effect on you whether you like it or not, which proves just how vile they are and what kind of an asshole that person is. Passive aggressive people are negative people and indirectly hostile. They give out insincere and backhanded compliments. They're often implying someone's success is just a fluke, when in truth they're just envious of your achievements or some other person's achievement. They're hypocritical people. They're always venting and complaining about the smallest things. And at work, these are your colleagues, people who shoot down everything because there's not any suggestion or proposal that's good enough for them. This is the first asshole we're going to talk about. These are also people that are manipulative. Assholes really don't care about the repercussions of their actions, as long as they're not the ones who are affected by them. Assholes that are malicious are also manipulative. They make sure that what they say goes, regardless of how it happens or who they might hurt in the process. They're just manipulators. They'll persuade, they'll lie, they'll do anything that they can do just to get whatever in the hell they want. And they don't have a fucking feeling or any remorse about what they do. None whatsoever. Not even a little bit. Their only goal in life is to make other people feel guilty, then completely control them. This is what assholes do. They control them so they can get what they want. These are people that believe that their method is the best and only way that it can be done because it guarantees their needs, guarantees that their needs are met. And since they put primary importance on their own fucking needs, that's all that matters. They don't give a shit about you. What other people think, how they feel, what they need and want they don't give a shit about that. They couldn't care. It's all about them. These are manipulators. They're evil, they're crooked, and they're assholes. They take advantage of other people's emotional sensitivity and sympathy. They're going to abuse your kindness, your helpfulness, and they'll reel you in to help them get whatever in the hell they want. Assholes also, what you'll notice about assholes, one thing about them that just stands out above so much of the rest is that assholes always believe that they're right. They just do. They believe that they're always right. Assholes always believe that they're right, no matter whom they're talking to or what in the hell they're talking about. They don't take anyone else's thoughts or feelings into account because they're incredibly arrogant fuckers and they consider their own opinions as facts. They always need to be fucking right. And unfortunately, to maintain their image of faultlessness, they're going to criticize and even laugh at anybody whose views oppose their own. You know, they'll debate other people, even if they're at the losing end. They insist, they always insist that what they think is the absolute truth is. And they're going to refuse to lose face. They just keep arguing. If you find yourself dealing with an asshole like this, don't even bother arguing because they're not going to let you win, ever. That's what an asshole does. They're bullies. They'll stop talking and hanging out with you when you have a disagreement. That's another thing you'll find out about them. They're inflexible sons of bitches. They're not willing to compromise their beliefs for the sake of friendship or to maintain a diplomatic professional relationship with anybody. They fuck up the business deal. These people aren't diplomatic. They're not tactful. And they stubbornly insist on what they want until you agree with them. If you don't, or if you introduce a new idea that doesn't support their own, expect these sons of bitches to just disappear. They're fake friends. They don't give a shit about you. You know, one thing I've noticed about some of these people, too, that I've known in the past, assholes are mean to animals. Did you ever notice that? Assholes don't give a shit about animals. You can't expect every single person to like animals. But if someone treats an animal horribly, then there's really something wrong with that son of a bitch. Animal cruelty is a telltale sign that someone might be an incredibly violent asshole, especially if they find pleasure in hurting animals. And I know people like this. They scream at them, they use them because they don't have any friends, so they use animals to abuse. These people enjoy hurting animals because it makes them feel powerful. They like the idea that they can inflict pain on animals and instill fear. They show the control over animals because nobody else gives a fuck about them because they're assholes. They just simply enjoy the exercise in pain and violence towards animals. Many of these sons of bitches just move on from hurting animals to hurting people. This is how they do. They start out hurting dogs and cats. They move on to kicking you around. So if you happen to know an asshole who's just outright mean to your dog, trying to hurt or torture the pet in one way or another, don't invite those people to come back to your house. Just end the fucking friendship with them and tell them to go fuck themselves. Okay? Well, I'll talk a little more about this. We'll come back later. And in the meantime, I hope you have a nice evening, nice day, nice afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And thanks for watching. It's nice to be with you again. See you next time.